how to nurture leads and build a relationship. Hello, John, Marketing for Owners, the podcast. By the way, before I go on, I don't actually really tell you much about what I do. So, I will. Don't worry, I won't be long. What I like to do is to teach people what I know about marketing a small business online. Now, also includes ways of marketing offline, but this is the age of internet and social media, and these tools are mainly free, and so you need to make the most of them. And that's what I do. My businesses are purely online, and I'm very, very, very lazy. So, whenever I've created a business, I've tried to work out how to do it in the easiest possible way. And the ways I've worked out involve no salespeople or anything like that, no spammy things, and it involves being nice to customers. And that's developed into a marketing system, and I call it the 5Ps. I'll come up with a better name at some point, but it's great. And gradually, this podcast and the marketingforowners.com blog gives information on how to work each area of the system or of a system for you, how to use tools, and so on and so on. To be honest, the best thing to do is go to www.marketingforowners, 4 is FOR by the way, .com/71, the number 71. If you go there, it's got a report you can download for free. It looks very pretty, but it has all of the tools that my team, in other words my staff, and I use every single day. The 71 that we've used, that at the time it was written, had created over 97,000 real paying customers. Pretty cool, eh? Anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah, nurturing leads. Okay, in the system, once you've got somebody onto your email list, they've given you permission, you're going to market to them. Now remember, marketing is not selling. That's something else. We don't really teach selling because this system makes it superfluous. It's not really necessary. People, in the end, decide they wish to buy. Isn't that a lot easier than trying to sell them something? Trust me, it works. Did I mention 97,000 customers? Did I mention no salespeople? And by the way, I used to be a salesman. Run for the hills! But it's okay, I got over it. So, once you've got them on that list, we need to nurture them. This is called lead nurturing. What most people do once they've got a lead is nothing. Guarantee it. I so many times fill in contact forms online or go to an exhibition and say, oh yeah, I'll have that, and if you get in touch with me when you're back. Never hear anything. And if you look up the statistics, like 80% or something like that just do not follow up. So we're going to use an autoresponder. Remember, we use my favourite is Aweber, but we also use MailChimp. There are others, and they all do pretty much the same job, but these are the ones we choose to use. Once you've got your lead, an autoresponder is where you write an email and you set it to go out, say, one day after somebody has signed up. Now you can set another one in the series or sequence to go out after 3 days, after 5 days, after 7, after 10, after 14, after 20, 27, 30, that kind of thing. And you can set them to go forever. The great thing is, once you've written, if as long as you are ahead of the very first person that signs up, say somebody signs up on a Tuesday, as long as you wrote that first follow-up email and put it in on the Monday, it will be there. And then on the Tuesday, you write the second one, and so on. As long as you write it one day ahead, and then every single other person that signs up to that list will get those exact same emails. Good day. Let me give you an example. For example, you're selling or you've given a webinar or a download on how to use Facebook ads. Facebook ads, by the way, the bit where you pay, work wonders if you do it right. Be careful. Do not waste money on Facebook ads. If you do it right, it's great. So, say you've given a webinar. So they sign up at the end, the day one. You send them an email that gives them a replay of the webinar. You say it was wonderful. We had so many people on there. It was super. Had a great time. Be real. Be you. Remember, you're going to use the words you and the word I. None of this fancy lingo. Just be real. They listened to you. They like you. Okay? Don't worry about it. You're going to follow up, you're going to give them a link to the download, and then a little reminder, and if you were selling something, perhaps on the webinar, then at the end you say, by the way, there's still time to grab this offer, because you may have said that offer's only valid for the next couple of days, or just whilst the webinar's on. You can say, so many people asked, we're keeping this open for another 48 hours, something like that. Day 2, another email. This time you say, I have been astounded by how many questions people have, but don't worry, I've got the answers. That email, you're going to again remind them, say thank you, it's wonderful, more people have joined the program. Some people still watching the download. If you haven't watched or watching the replay, if you haven't watched it, here's the link again. But I've had amazing amount of emails and messages from people asking questions, and there are 5 top questions that come up over and over and over. Here are the answers, and so you list the question, list the answer, and you give examples. Day 3. How do you think companies like Whole Foods or Argos or Amazon manage something like that, and obviously pick companies. I'm trying to think of companies who extensively use Facebook ads, but pick real examples. Say, how do you think they manage such an active Facebook presence? And you're going to say, because they use Facebook ads, because they don't rely on the free. And then you explain how Whole Foods do it, what they do, a typical ad they use, what they're used to. There's going to be case studies online somewhere so you can talk about it, but hopefully you're an expert and you already know this. And then the 4th one, you're going to refer back to that webinar and a particular trick that you mentioned on that webinar. Say, here's a great example of how you can use that, how one of my students, even better, used it for their something training business. And of course, it's going to go on like that. You can say, hey, here's on another post, you can say, a while ago, I put up a post on Facebook about blah, 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 what I discussed. Look at the comments I had. Let me list a load. And what you're doing there, you're showing social proof, you're showing that people are interested, people are active. And you keep going like that. But one little trick, this is something that a lot of people forget. At the end, or in every single autoresponder email, you must tell the reader what you want them to do next. Don't forget. They love you. They're warm. They're a hot lead. Keep them going. Tell them to do something next. Even if it is look out for tomorrow's email or look out for your next email in 2 days, it will, or have you joined? Go here, or on my blog, do this. Make them take an action. This gets them used to doing what they are told. I mean, I don't mean to sound like a school marm, but it gets them used to expecting you to say, do this, and then to do it. This all works. Lead nurturing. You don't stop, by the way. Don't just stop at 5, 6, 7 of these. Now, if you've had a webinar and you're selling a program and it's limited, of course, fine. However, when you added them to the list, hopefully you added them to a master list as well, and then they're going to get your weekly news, updates, etc., what you're going to send them. However, I recommend you do not stop, and you maybe slow it down to weekly, but you keep going. People take a long time to buy sometimes. If you've got something to sell, people take a long time to build, to get the trust, and to decide they're going to come to you. Don't give up. Would you mind if someone going to come and spend $1,000 after a year of getting these things? Remember, you write them once, they're there forever. Every single customer. Keep going. If you want to see, this is a point. Remember at the beginning I mentioned that download. If you want to see how I do it and think, yeah, you're a smart ass, John, let's see what you can do. Sign up for marketingforowners.com/71. Get that report and just see how many autoresponder emails you can get. You can use those as a model for your system. Yes, there's an idea. But see what I do, look out for calls to action, and see how I integrate one thing with other subjects that I might talk about. There you go. Next, it's Tuesday, and of course, that report is full of tools. It's a toolbox tip, and today it's for my favourite Twitter tool. This thing helps. Oh, my day, I don't think we'd manage without it. It's called Manage Flitter. Not Manage Twitter, Manage Flitter. FLITTER.com. Now, this is it's not an automation spamming tool, but just go to the homepage, read the testimonials from people like TechCrunch, who just say it's their favourite Twitter tool. It has one of the best searches. If you want to find people to follow on Twitter, the search capabilities of Manage Flitter are fantastic. According to their page when I looked today, it has something like 2.6 million users or have used it. They've been working with Twitter for, it actually says, for something like 1900 days. And it's great. They are a genuine Twitter tool. They're allowed. They have API access. You can follow things. There are power features. You can put people into lists where you never unfollow them, so you don't accidentally unfollow. You can find people who unfollowed you, and if they're just clogging up your stream, you can unfollow them. Do whatever. But it's free, by the way. Did I mention that? We use the paid version. I think we use the middle one. I think it's the Pro. Or actually, no, maybe do more because we have more accounts and cover it for the various businesses. But all my businesses use Manage Flitter. Just go and have a look. Read what everyone says. It's wonderful. Oh, gosh. I'm exhausted. That's a lot to say. Anyway, this autoresponder lead nurturing thing, this is the bomb. Honestly, marketingforowners.com/71. Get that report, see what it does. You'll learn something.